Good evening. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday night, and I'm here for mental mind treatments. Well, I have had what seems like a long day, but basically didn't do very much except read a book. And that book was very sentimental for me. So I had lots of memories and lots of other things. So I don't know anybody else there is a reader as I can be, and certainly spent the day just reading. So I'm wearing pink to remind me that spring's coming. We're not here yet, but it's coming. The guidebox gave me a card today, which I really, really like. And it's great for contemplation. All aspects of my life now perfectly unfolding, trusting, inner knowing, a flower softly growing. And they have a little flower at the very bottom there, opening up. We forget that. On the other side, it's interesting as well. How would you feel if you really knew deep, deep in your heart that it's all okay, that it's all working out, and that God is always with you? How would you feel? We forget sometimes. It happens to all of us on certain days or certain time periods. But the reality is that force is always with us, no matter what you call it or what it is. And that what we do here on Monday nights, for those that is anybody new coming in or listening to this at home, is that this is our time when we can ask for what we want in a very, I think, a special way. And I enjoy Monday nights for that reason. What was interesting last week, and I really should not laugh about it, was on Tuesday morning, I opened up my emails, and there was one from Love Math 07, which, as you know, comes in occasionally. And he was like, what do I do? And I really like doing everything on Monday night because Marion has the bowl going, and all of you coming help with the energy as I say my prayers. Not that I don't say them for other people at other times. So he asked for a healing of his rare, incurable autoimmune disease. It's an eye condition. Stem cells in his eye are dying. And then he asked, is this a spiritual problem, and can it be cured via spiritual methods? Is that what he says? I think it's methods or something. Yeah. Gave me 3 numbers, 2, 18, and 9. I smiled, which was not very nice when someone's asking about their eyes, and it's an incurable disease. Okay, let's just explore that for those that you know the tarot cards. Number 2 is High Priestess. High Priestess to me is a choice that we have. It's an emotional choice often, but it's like something maybe we don't want to do. But it's about choosing. It's about decision. It's about choosing what it is that you want. When it is followed with number 18, which is the moon, which is a emotional symbol with lots of emotions, it's like it's saying, you're going to have to accept your emotions. To me, when I look at that, this is a decision. If you do not accept your emotions, then, and then the third number in 9 says the answer lies within you. So here's a brief thing. Math 07. You have to change your perception of life. What you're seeking and what you're knowing, or what you're, excuse me, I got an itch right there. It's on my nose. How funny. Is that you're needing to decide to put away all of your emotional, and you may not realize you're being emotional. You might think you're being mental about things, but the emotion drives it about this situation because you ask for a solution. That has to be understood, and the answer lies within you as to what you believe, what you perceive. And as sometimes we have lots of judgments that go on, the judgments are what's creating the 18. the emotional reaction, the emotional fear of life. You don't like what you see, basically. And so you need to decide to be comfortable with it, to find out, go inside and find out what you want to do about these things, not just your eyes in the mirror. It's looking out there in the world. It's trying to tell you, change your perspective. Look at things from a different perspective. And because of other writings we have had back and forth from different things, I would say that is happening. So to me, if you want the eye condition to transform itself, it's going to be a totally up to you, totally making it work in the way that you want. And that's all I'm going to say. Just take a look at your judgments when you look out at the world and change how you see things. See things as they maybe are. People trying to figure out what life is, how it's going to work, what's going to happen, etc. Anyway, here's a treatment for you. I know there is one power and there is one essence, and that divine love, which is there for all of us, is that you are able to put aside judgments, criticisms, awareness of how things could be when they're not, and allow yourself to embrace the glory of life, the beautifulness of things around you. Look for the beauty, look for the strength, and look for how you want life to be, not how life is, how you want it to be. And know within yourself, begin to look for that. Where's the joy? Where's the love? Where's the delightfulness? And I give you strength for that. I pray for the strength, the willingness to see things not as you perceive them, but as they truly, truly are at their depth of their being. I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this thought unto the great light of love by saying, and so it is. Kayla also phoned. She went to see a doctor, I believe, today regarding her knees because she's been falling. And when you get to our age, falling isn't very good. And they're looking at surgery for both replacements for both her knees, but months to wait to see the surgeon, and another months, not just a couple, but many months for the surgery itself. This is what's happening to our medical system. Anyway, so she asked me, she left a message. She didn't think she'd be on tonight, but she left a message to ask to speed up for the surgery. And I wanted to add in there for being on her feet so she doesn't fall. And a lot of it is her hands or wrists, because she fell and broke her wrist, or she had her wrist broken a little while ago. When she used to walk with her poles to sort of steady her, well, it hurts to walk with her poles now. So walking is like complicated. I picked 3 numbers for her, which was 17, which we get a lot for Kayla because it's about balancing energy. 3, the lovingness, and 12 is acceptance. And I think a lot of this is to do with acceptance of limitations physically for the moment. Now, let's just see, though. I know there is one power and there is one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Kayla that this knee surgery, will be sped up. I really see it accelerating. Quite a lot of months being cut off from the date that they are suggesting, or the looking at it as they're suggesting. And for my part, it's just a matter of the healing element necessary for her to be able to walk and stay on her feet easily, to know that the love is there, that the balance is there, that the acceptance of her own beingness is there, because she has a lot to give. She gives a lot, and that heartfelt energy to others is that she embraces it for herself and puts it into her knees. And that her knees feel loved, accepted, and a sensation of walking, so that she's able to stay on her feet wherever she goes. That the earth underneath her supports her, loves her, and cares about her. I give thanks in the knowing of this, and I give thanks in all that there is. There's love and life. And we all wish Kayla the very best. Okay, now let's start where we look here. Marianne always says, good evening, Norma, and blessings to all. Murray says, good morning. Ishia says, good evening. Murray says, so true for me. I don't know what it was I said, but anyway. Karen B, hello. Hello, Norma. Blessings for everyone. Okay, finally, Ishia. Okay. Ishika, always get that. 1, 11, and 21. Treatment for healing for my lower body and abdomen. And I'm going to do a good health. You know where you needs to go. So let's see. Okay. 1 is everything is possible for you. And 11 is the commitment to the decisions that you have to make in relation to your health. And 21 is the balancing of that, of what's outside, inside, keeping everything in a balanced way. What I sense here really is that I'm going to talk about the conscious mind for a moment. When you worry, and I know I've been in pain many times in my life with different things. When you concentrate on the pain grows. When you visualize, even if it's a few minutes every day or a few minutes several times a day of non-pain, what begins to happen is the body begins to recognize the signals you're giving it. In this case, it's all about you making the commitment to do what you need to do for your health. If you need to exercise, if you need to walk or not walk, whatever it is, because this is about, says it's all is possible, but it's your decision. You're the one that knows what you need to do in order to bring the balance back into your life, because it's about balance. It's about being able to be where you need to be. So I'm going to do a treatment on that. I know in the one power and the one essence, as I speak my word for Ashika, is that her understanding of balance, commitment, awareness, is that she begins to deal with herself from a whole different direction, that she begins to feel that she is at one with herself, so that she can create an environment where her health absolutely grows, because there are things she wants to do, places she wants to go, and she needs that health. But it's the commitment to not the pain in the moment, but the commitment to where she wants to go that is the main thing. And so we give thanks in knowing that she is aware that the Lord of love is with her, that she can move forward to the sense of her discomfort, knowing that it will be better. And that's the key. I give thanks in the knowing of this for her as we wish her well on this next essence of her journey of direction. And so it is. Thank you very, very much. Okay, where am I going? Down here. Okay. Karen Lee. Hello, Norma. I would appreciate a treatment for wellness as I'm still suffering from severe. Oh, I've had that. Ooh, yeah, not nice. Sciatica. Karen Lee. Okay, what are the numbers here? 12, 17, and 3. Good. Oh, good numbers. Sciatica. Oh, I spent dealing with that myself for a long time. 12 is acceptance, which I believe you're doing. 17 is balance, and 3 is loving yourself and not doing those things you know you shouldn't be doing. To me, it's like, don't push yourself. Don't stretch or do what you know doesn't work. And it gets very frustrating when you have sciatic pain, because it comes very fast if you move the wrong way. So it's about, I just want to see, I want to see you do this. When I think of the hips and that whole sciatic part, I see a gold light, like almost like a whirlwind, but not uncomfortable, whirling through from the front to the back, all through from one side to the other, and then slowly working its way. It goes slow. Energy work, as you know, is always done slowly. It is not done fast. It's done slow. So you see this gold light going around, swirling around, all through that area that is inflamed. You visualize your whole area in its proper place, and you just relax. So I know there is one power and one essence, and I know, Karen Lee, that you are connected. I know that sometimes when the physical body has borne great responsibility, as yours has, that it is the acceptance that this too shall pass. The responsibility, the allowing everybody to stand on their own feet and not take on their burdens. This is a time for you to look after you and glory in the love of the vibration. And I'm going to use the word God here, but you can call it what you wish, that it is there for you to be and free of everybody else's, and I'm going to use the word encompassance. I think you know what that means. I sometimes pronounce words a little funny. What I see is you just letting go and letting every individual, no matter what their age, deal with their stuff. And you just allow that light just to sweep out. It's like sweeping a house out of dust. It's like letting it all sweep out so that you are at one with the lovely power of love for yourself, so that you have a little to give over. But you now need to bring it all into oneself. I keep going for my wrong arm. Okay. And so I released that, knowing that it is true and done. And as I said, okay, because it's exciting. Okay. Oh, let's see. Karen Merkus. Karen, what do we got for you? 8, 17, 12. You know, it's interesting here. We've got two balance symbols. And then we've got the acceptance of balance. Often when we're on the path of spiritual awareness and growth, we think everything every day should be absolutely perfect, 100%. But the reality is we're humans. And what are humans? They're comprised of emotion. Whether they see something they don't like, whether they read something they don't like, if they, it can be anything, can set their emotional selves up, upset, out of whack, whatever. And very often we forget that we're human. As one of my teachers used to say, we are humans having a physical experience, which actually comes down to emotional experience. I haven't got the wording quite right. But it's like what I see here, Karen, is that, and the way I've even drawn the 8, is that shows that you're allowing yourself to be dragged down, maybe by others, maybe by circumstances outside, because the world right now, who knows what's next, what's coming down. And so there's a lot of shifting and changing, and I'm sure many of us have our own natural responses and relaxes. And because you're sensitive, it's in the air, it's in the vibration. And so it's about recognizing what's yours and what's not yours, and letting go of everything that what is not, I'm stumbling over my words, which is not yours. See, you're holding on to what isn't yours, over which you have no control over, and you deal with yours. If you're upset over something that's happening, you can do nothing with it, you let it go. You can send a prayer out if you want to that situation, but you let it go. You don't want it happening you in the present, because you're getting on with your life, because you're a human dealing with emotional things in this present time. And that means just accepting what is. Can you do anything about it? No. Bye-bye. Can you do something about it? Okay. That's different. Is it yours or is it somebody else's? I'm going to say if it's somebody else's, you wish them well. So I'm going to do a prayer here. I know in the power for Karen, I know Karen's power, and I know her knowingness and awareness. And as I move into the vibration of Karen, I give thanks for the absolute balance she has in understanding and awareness of what's hers and what isn't hers. The knowingness of when she gets concerned and upset, she can immediately say, this is mine, and we'll deal with that, or this is not mine, so bye-bye. And allowing people who are responsible for what they're dealing with it, or otherwise accepting the glory of which you can move through life, accepting the essence of which you can move through life. I give thanks in knowing that Karen is connected, and it's a matter of remembering to accept the essence of her, the allowance of her, so that she keeps working with her growth and her progress and her awareness. And everybody else, you can send good thoughts to them. If things in the world, you can send good thoughts to them, but to remember, they're not hers. She can let go and let it be. And I give thanks in this knowingness, for that is the essence of being. And so it is. I'm going to take a breath on that one. So many of us, I think, get caught up in these changing times. And we get upset over things that happen, over which we have absolutely zero control. And yes, our thoughts do make a difference. But it's like we still emotionally we can send our thoughts and wishes and prayers, but emotionally we stay with our lives. That's my best advice on that. Okay, now we go to Marie. Okay. And Marie says, my numbers for tonight are 3, 14, and 21. Blessings always for your generous heart that shares your wisdom with us all. Bless your heart. Thank you. I appreciate that. Excuse me just a second. It's one of those nights. I'm just a human. And I have, I've been coughing and taking cough medicine. If anybody watched Sunday's Thought, which was yesterday, feels like 3 days ago. So the nose is still reacting in a little bit of brown stuff from my throat here. 3, 14, and 21. Okay, let's just look at the number. 3, because Mary knows these. Empress. 14, Temperance. 21, World. What do we got here? 14 and 21 is definitely about balancing, but 14 also has another side to it. 3 is always about the lovingness that there is. And look at that. Karen Lee got 3. I can't remember on the other page what got. Marie got 3 now. You know, you have such a loving heart. And I think when we have loving hearts, how do we balance that with our own experiences and our own awareness when something, again, upsets us? Or we see that somebody that we care about not dealing and handling with everything well, as we would say. And that's where balance comes. That's the world that knows everything is in its right place. And oh my goodness, what did I just read? Was it on the, I didn't read the other side. I don't think if I did, I'm going to read it again. How would you feel if you really knew deep, deep in your heart that it's all okay, that it's all working out, and that God is always with you? I think I forgot to read that side. Maybe I did. Doesn't hurt to read it again. We forget that no matter what we're going through, or especially somebody else we care about going through, they're going through that because there's a reason. And it's part of their path, their way, their learning, their beingness. I just feel here is that you have such an understanding of other people's pain that I think you might be taking some on. Excuse this. You might be, sorry. You might be taking on some other people's pain, wanting to create balance for them, and I want you to create balance for yourself. You're here to be your delightful, magical self. And I could look at those three numbers and say, oh, you've got love. You can balance everything else. You're beginning new things because 14 does signify new things, and that everything is balanced and aware. Got it all together. I believe that. I believe that you have it all together. But I also feel that sometimes you just get too upset with other people's journeys. So just a second. There's one power and one essence that I call the love force. And I know my friend Marie knows that love force just as well as I do, if not more. I also know that her love, her essence, where it comes to others, is just there. Always helpful, always insightful, always understanding. But each one of us has our own path. And therefore, within their own path, we also choose to walk that path and be independent to a large degree than what other people think or say or desire for you. And therefore comes the inner and the outer balance and the awareness there's one person, yourself, that you live for, work for, and create for. I give thanks in knowing that Mireille has all of these attributes. I give thanks in saying I know that she always knows whatever is going on to reach into her heart, and she'll have the answer. But sometimes the head gets in the way, and so we're not always as balanced as we need to be. I give thanks in knowing that Mireille will certainly be who she is no matter what, and reap the benefits of that. For there is love and there is light and there's change. And she will embrace that change easily and well because it's a new world coming, and she will be totally balanced 100% once again. I give thanks after I release this thought, knowing that it is true and done for Ray by saying, and so it is. Okay. Maggie G, I think, is next. Oh, no, it's Karen B. Hang on, sorry, I went too far ahead. Karen B, may I please have a treatment for health numbers? Okay. See how 19, 20, and 21 health. So we've got sun, we've got 20, which is acceptance, and we've got 21, which is world. By picking these three numbers together, that tells me that you have done a lot of spiritual growth in the last few months. This also tells me that now that you're ready, because it's happening, to move into a whole different experience, love, and understanding. And because you're into that whole experience, love, and understanding, it's accepting the newness of it. Sometimes when we begin to grow in a spiritual way, what used to maybe upset us doesn't, or maybe what didn't does. So very often as we move into this new vibration, it's really about accepting what it is, which is leading to balance in life, putting a perspective on all the different parts and all the different awareness. When you do that, your health will begin to be, to move. I've gone through several health crises in my life, one way or the for different matters and different things, but always usually there was some change had happened in my life. Something happened and I didn't handle it well. It's the last 2 years or similar to that. Now, what I see here, I'm going to do a treatment on it just to see what the inspiration comes through with it. Because to me, it's like just accept, just flow, because you're on it's like so close to the ending of the pattern that you've been working with. I know there is one power and there is one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Karen B, there's strength, there's love, there's understanding, there's growth. I feel with that, though, there's a certain level of confusion as to whether sometimes the what we would call the roots are maybe not as strong as they could be, because there's been a lot of learning that's gone on. There's a lot of awareness that's gone on, and it's kind of a little nebulous, like looking at a cloud rather than something that's rooted in the ground. Time is your friend in this. Time to deal with it, accept, and allow to balance it out. The old ways of doing things with the old thoughts being replaced with the new, the old feelings being replaced, and not being frightened by them, but accepting them and moving forward. You're in transition, and I want to predict that you've got 3 more months to go with this. So yes, keep Sam coming, because we'll keep encouraging you into the strength and awareness of your next step. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks with love and light and the beingness as our dear Karen B moves further and further into light, love, and essence. Oh, sorry, Akisha. It wasn't her abdomen. It was abundance. Same thing applies, though. Same thing that I said back up here applies. Just switch it around from health to abundance. Just same thing. Okay, sweetie? It'll come. You'll just listen to it again, and then when I say health, think abundance, and you'll have it, because you gave me the numbers. Maggie G, good evening, Norma. So a happy day. A treatment, please, for whatever words of wisdom you impart makes, but you didn't give me 3 numbers. Now you're going to I have to figure them out, because that's where I'm going to get my inspiration from. You're giving me food for thought here, because it's not coming quickly and easily. And because there's nothing, what I want to say here, do you know where you're going? I feel like a huge cloud around me. Often I just pull numbers out of the air, but it feels cloudy. It feels, and I remember last week, I think it was, and I was talking about clearing out your house of all the thought patterns. I remember that now. That's being told to me again. Seize the strings. And I'm just going to say, so I'm going to say 16, 10, and 3. When it may seem that things are not working, they're actually clearing the decks. When you just know there's still changes all around you, and just hold on to that loving force inside yourself. So I can do a treatment around that. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Maggie G, that no matter what occurs on the outside to inflect into the inside world, that it represents change. So therefore, the more you are like the hub of the wheel and begin to put your influence into the wheel, the love that you have, not only for yourself, but for others, will spread. The image I got was a farmer putting sort of manure, it's a different word for it, I can't think of it, in manure and putting it on the fields so that the crops would grow. So it's like changing perspective when things don't happen the way you want them, or in the timing you want them, and put the love out there and see what grows. Sometimes, you might plant one thing and get something else. I just feel that this is a precarious time for you to get clear and just let everything go. It's kind of like anything you feel super attached to, give it away or put it away or something so that you clear. I want to clear the pathway. Yeah, that's 16, right? I want to clear the pathway and move through it using love as the pedal. Losing love is the clearing of it all. I think that would, and so I give thanks as I release that thought, Maggie G. It does help though when you put 3 numbers in, please. Okay, she says thank you. Yeah, just put because you picked the numbers so that we can anything there. I love Mass. I was 7. Oh yes, I made it. Good evening to all. Hang on, where are you here? You did my reading first. Thank you very much. Listening to it now. Okay. Karen Lee Ackland. Awesome. Thank you. I actually took a big step today and put my well-being first and foremost. That's all you all need to do. It's our path. And when we give away our power, when we give away everything and don't keep it something for ourselves, it doesn't mean we become stingy. Doesn't mean we stop loving. It just means we hold our power. And power is something, yeah, it's a lot of people don't understand how power works because we basically work on a principle of power over or power under instead of power with. What we want to do is empower people, which I trust I do with you guys every week or anything else I say. But very often people will go power over, they want it their way, or power under, being a victim. And you don't want either of those. So that's for Karen. Bless you. That's great. Karen Merker says that was very helpful. Thank you. Karen Tomlin. Kayla Tomlin says just got here. Okay. I am finally here. Hope this gets to your chat. It did. And you'll have to listen back because I did yours second. So it's quite early on the tape. Maggie G says, thank you, Norma. You look lovely tonight in pink. I do like pink. I just don't wear it very often, but I felt like pink tonight. I will listen again to what you have said. Thanks again. Many blessings. And Leroy, he took his away. I guess whatever I said maybe applied to somebody else. So, okay. Here we are. Karen Bunny. Thank you very much, Norma. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, the next 3 months will be exciting with your wisdom and this powerful group's strength. Anytime. All we need to know is what you want and what you're going to choose. It helps when I have the numbers. It really does. It's like a arrow bullseye. It helps me really zero in. It's not that I can't always get it, but then it's sometimes a little cloudy. But as I said, with the help of Marion working the bowl in her place and me here sitting, and each one of you guys coming in and aiding into the energy, look what we create and look what we're doing. We want to hear the successes for sure. Marie, thanks, Norma. It was also true for me. Yeah, the big changes, Mare. Big changes. So anyway, I want to wish you well. The next time, of course, I'm on is Wednesday morning. And I've had some people from based on what I just said, whenever did I talk about it? I can't remember. But anyway, I've had some people order some books, tarot books. I guess that was from last Wednesdays. I've had some people sign up for some of the special that's coming up in March. No, in February is Channeling Your Guide, and March is a past life regression workshop that I'm going to do through Zoom. So if you know anybody who'd like to do that, just get a hold of me. You can contact me through the website really, really easily. Leroy took us away. He didn't give me anything more. Okay, I think we're done, my sweets. Have a good week. If you don't, and if you listen to Wednesday, let me know. Give the thumbs up. I see 9 of you have done that. Bless your hearts. People have subscribed. The messages are great. I don't get to them every day, but every few days usually, and I answer them the best I can. So it's just been a great journey. Great journey. Yeah. So I want to wish you well. Blessings to all of you. And see you. If I don't see you Wednesday or Sunday, I'll see you here next Monday night. Lots of love now. Bye.